Hi everybody, Tyler here with Sparkle with Tyler, and today we're going to do a 2024 retrospect and a 2025 goals video. I know I'm really late to the party. Not going to talk about that part. Life happens, everything's good. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I know this video is late, but I still wanted to do it because I think it's really fun to look back at these videos, see what goals were accomplished, see what goals are ahead. And it's just really fun to see what other people do as well. It's not a competition. I want to be really clear. It's not a competition. It's not a race. If it was a race or a competition, I'd lose. So just know that like when you see other people's videos, it's just because we share and we care. And if you got 20 canvases done or 100 canvases done or 2 canvases done, or you just started your diamond painting journey, that's great. Progress is progress. That being said, some of my 2024 completions have already been given away. So I don't have the physical canvases in the house anymore, but I have pictures of them, and I think I have most of the stats because they should be in my diamond painting journal. So the first goal of 2024 was to complete the Chrono Trigger custom. I can't cross this one off my list, obviously. It's not finished. As of December 31st, I'd say that this has about 18 10 by 10 squares left. So I'm pretty comfortable saying this is 65 to 70% done, but this one has been hard to work on because it's not the best quality drills, and so I can't roll it up. It's double-sided adhesive, and so the drills will like pop off all the time. So it has to stay flat all the time, and that means it lives on our dining room table underneath a tablecloth. And my husband also is super duper excited and he loves it, and it's, he's excited about the rendering, but I see all the flaws. It isn't what I had hoped it would be. So yeah, it's not done, but I mean, it's beautiful. It's an 80 by 70. In the camera, it looks great. And I think from far away, it'll look really nice, but it's just, I did want to get it done last year and it's not done, and that's okay. The second goal was participate in multiple diamond painting events. So I'm calling this one a success, even though I didn't participate in as many as I thought I was going to. I'm happy with the ones that I did because ultimately I participated in 5 events: Ticket to Ride, Blinging in the New Year, Drills and Chills, Season of Spangler, and Jingle Drills. And I started this channel, so it's not an event, but I'm adding it to this list because it was a big life event. And it's a big diamond painting journey event that's ongoing. So I guess it's somewhat of a year-long, every year event, but I think it's worth mentioning here in this goal because I participated all year round in diamond painting lifestyle events. Number 3 was complete 12 canvases. Can't cross that one off, unfortunately. My total completed canvas count for 2024 was 7. And it's just one of those things where it is what it is with surgery and work and burnout. And I'm actually okay with the 7 I ended up finishing. I finished largish, medium-ish canvases for the most part. I don't know why I decided to go bigger this year, but I think I just liked the ones that I did. Would I have liked to finish more? Yeah. Do I have a better plan and understanding of what I'm going to do in 2025? Yeah. I would have loved to do more than 12. I would have loved to hit 12, but it really is okay. And I was able to get another project, another goal started, even though it's not completely finished. And that was to organize my drill library. So for this one, I can't officially mark it off. And I don't have it out because it's a big photo box. But because I only got partway done with it in 2024, I can't say it's completely done. I did get it started. I did manage to get all of my round drills from DAC organized. And I bought another box to get started on my square drills and my non-DAC drills, but I didn't get everything sorted and the square box is still wrapped. So I can say this is like half done. And I mostly used round drills in 2024 anyway. I think all of my canvas completions ended up being round drills, weirdly enough. So I think that's just what I was drawn to this last year because they are easier on my mind. So it makes sense that the round drill library was what I worked on first. because there was just more of them. But before I get to the official list of goals for 2025, I want to take a look at the canvas completions because I have a feeling that's probably what you're here for. Some of these finishes were given away as gifts, as I already mentioned, but I do have pictures of everything, so Editing Magic, you should be seeing them as I'm talking about them. And I do have a lot of information about how much time I worked on most of my canvases, but I didn't start using the app that I use now, which is TimeCop, until late June. So some of my information about canvases and time worked is a little bit off because obviously I just don't have the tracking data from prior to June. So finish number 1 was Miniature Magic. This was my first Diamond Dots canvas and my first / only partial drill that I've ever completed. It was a gift from my grandmother and took me like 2 days, really fast days, to complete. Super easy. And I remember being not super happy with the drill field and that the glue was really slippery and that I found a lot of the symbols to be really similar. But I liked the image and I loved that the canvas was super small and super portable. It was only like 1,000 drills. The total design size is 11 by like 11.5 inches. So it's pretty, I think it's super shiny and sparkly. My first finish, very quick, very easy. Grandmother is very, very happy, but I need to return it to her. So finish number 2 was Spiritland Castles by Moonbound Studios and Diamond Art Club. This was my Blinging Up the New Year and Ticket to Ride canvas. It was also the first time I enhanced a canvas. It was really fun. I learned a lot. Enhancing canvases on my own. And I really enjoyed the process. There's definitely a learning curve to figuring out what to enhance where and what would look best. And I picked a lot of drills off when I put the wrong ones, enhanced or not, when I wasn't supposed to, when I was. So I picked up a lot of drills that I'd put down on accident. But because of that, and because I learned so much, and because of the process and how much time I spent with this canvas, it's one of my favorite canvases I've ever completed. And it's definitely one of the ones I'm most proud of. I don't have the total number of hours I worked on this one, but because of life and having to put it away for a while, it took me a lot longer to finish than I anticipated. I thought this was going to be completely done in under 30 days. And I don't think I finished it until maybe April or May. It took a long time to get everything done. But this is a 51 by 84 centimeter canvas, and it's 54,000-ish drills. And then in terms of enhancements, I remember I specifically did the river and a bunch of the ghosties in pixie dust. The top is almost completely AB in pixie dust. It was really, really fun. I actually remember at the end, I was like, I have to decide on this sky if it's going to be completely specialty drills. And I ended up scaling back a little bit, but not very much. So this is a very bright, glittery, shiny canvas. And I keep it up in my office all year round because I love it and it makes me happy. My next canvas was super bite-sized. It's Huggable by Randall Spangler and DAC. I think this is an Amazon exclusive, if I remember correctly. But I realized once I finished Spiritland Castles that I really needed to have a kit that I could travel with, because that was one of the other problems with Spiritland Castle. It was too big to take with me for work, and I was doing a lot of work travel. So I kitted up Huggable and took this one with me for 2 work trips, actually. So this kit has gone to multiple cities. I kitted it up on August. I have such a hard time saying that. I kitted it up. No. I kitted it up. Help me in the comments. Kitted it up. There we go. On August 10th. And I kitted it down on August 25th. I think I just overthink that word. Including kit up and kit down, it took me 17.5 hours, so it was really fast because kitting up and kitting down could take a lot of time. We have a lot of static here. And I distinctly remember this kit. I was sitting on the floor of an airport, and I was working on it in this tiny little alcove. I was trying to get as far away from people as I could, not because I was diamond painting, but because the airport was so congested. And I had this canvas on a clipboard, and I was just trying to work on it and just hide from people because it was so overfull in the airport that day. And I'm not a claustrophobic person, but I was, so I was really happy to have my diamond painting because it brought me my little bit of joy and my little bit of happy. But this was a really fast finish. It was really fun, and it was kind of a reset. It was the reset I needed before the holidays. So going into all the holiday events, it was really nice to have a finish and kind of a quick victory. And also, I feel like he's huggable, but really to me, he was like, ta-da! So this was my little ta-da canvas of 2024. 13,000 drills, and he's a little square, 33 by 33 centimeters. Finish number 4 was Jack-o'-lantern Time by Randall Spangler. 2024 kind of turned into the year of Spangler for me. And this was my Drills and Chills canvas number 1. So I started it on September 1st. I finished it on September 9th. So I think this was probably my fastest canvas of the year. And I chose it because it was actually one of the smallest canvases that fit Drills and Chills, and it was just in my stash. So I was like, what is something that fits my stash, that fits the theme, and I can do that'll bring me joy. By the time September 1 rolled around, I was like really getting concerned that I wasn't going to hit that 12 canvas goal. So I kind of took all of that into consideration, and this is what happened. So super duper cute. This was also my first canvas with glow-in-the-dark drills, so that was kind of a fun little thing to note, and this was my 7th Randall Spangler canvas. This one also hangs in my office right now, and it's mostly because I love the little spiders, and I love the hat, and I love the stars, and I like that it's kind of small. But this area in particular right here, I distinctly remember it's like the same color green as the end of the pumpkin stem. And I did not like the way it looked when I finished. So what I did is I went and I picked all of that green out. It was probably 20 or 30 drills, but I went through and I took that off and I put brown in, and I feel like it just looks so much better. But I love the little bats in here. I love his little hands. I love the little stars. I really, really adore the little spiders. And again, this one's hanging in my office right now. It is a 41 by 41 centimeter canvas. 21,000-ish drills, and about 22 hours to complete, kit up to kit down. The next one is going to be a photo because I don't have the canvas in my possession anymore. It's all the way on the other side of the country. It's because finish 5 was Flower Buns by Yume Art and DAC. If you've been around here for a little while, you know that this was my canvas that I was supposed to get done in April, and I did not. And I started in late June, and I ended up not finishing it till mid-October. But I really am a believer that all things happen for a reason, and because of this, I was able to give this diamond painting to my friend in person, where I wouldn't have been able to do that before. So it was really interesting to work on this one because the background of this painting was really standard. There wasn't that much confetti, but then you moved into the flower buns themselves, into all those flowers and all the flora, and it was a bunch of different colors and a lot of confetti in some spots, especially with the green. So I would move around on the canvas depending on my mood, and it really helped with the novelty of the painting and getting it worked through. It would kind of keep me motivated. On the days that I didn't really feel like working on it, I would work on the areas that were color blocking. On the days where I really wanted to have kind of a workout for my brain, I'd do the confetti. So I liked that. I also hid 2 square drills in this canvas for my friend to find, and so far she hasn't told me she's found them yet. I told her they were there, and I told her to let me know when she found them, but as of today, I don't think she has, because I think she'll tell me when she finds them. But this is a 56 by 56 centimeter canvas. I don't know how long it will take her, but part of the fun in making something is the personalizations you put in things, and that's what I love about giving gifts to people. It's just like the maker's marks that sometimes happen or intentionally happen, and the painting's there, but now she has to go through 39,000-ish, 40,000 drills and see if she can find those 2 little ones. That, one of these things is not like the other. So 48 and a half hours to complete. I do think that this was the painting that kind of converted me over to using Time Cop. Not sponsored, not affiliated, but it works really well for me because I can kind of just hit play, hit pause, hit stop, and I can track my hours really easily without having to go through a whole bunch of motions. Previously, I had tried a few different ways of tracking my time logged on my diamond painting and my crafting, but this is the one that feels the most organic and the least punitive, or that I'm breathing down my own neck, or that I have to hold myself accountable to these really high bars that I set for myself. So I like that Timecop gives me a whole bunch of data if I want to export it, but at the same time, it's just a time clock if I need it to be. Again, not sponsored, not affiliated, but it's worth looking into. So I can't actually find them right this instant, but finish number 6 was my Nightmare Before Christmas cards that I got from DAC. And this was just kind of a quick breather project after Drills and Chills. So I took them along with me at the end of October and the beginning of November while I tried to catch up on works in progress. Because I think at the end of Drills and Chills, I had maybe like 6-ish works in progress, and I was just really overwhelmed. So I used that as my little bridge, my little breather project, and since Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my favorite licensed properties, it was really, really fun to do something that was diamond painting related to that was licensed. When DAC announced that they were doing Disney properties, I was 1,000% sure that they were doing Nightmare Before Christmas, just because that's one of the biggest sellers. I'm not sure how long these took me, probably a few hours at most, if I was distracted doing other things at the same time, but they're super cute. I can't wait to give them as gifts, and I still have the drills sitting somewhere because I don't quite know what to do with them. They're not really labeled in the standard DAC way, and I don't want to get rid of them, but I also don't quite know what to do with them. And then last but not least for finishes, it's finish number 7, which is Home for Christmas by Randall Spangler. Again, Year of Spangler. And this was actually my Jingle Drills canvas, and it was my last finish of 2024. So even though I didn't hit my canvas goal for the year, I'm really happy that this was my last finish because I loved working on it. I loved working on it so much. The quilt in particular, it was really easy to break up and work on like bite-sized sections of it. Every single piece of the quilt was different, so it had a lot of novelty. And as a crafter and someone who aspires to eventually quilt, it was just kind of fun to look at all of that and be like, oh, maybe someday I'll make a quilt like that. But overall, I just love the coziness of it, and I think that's part of why I love the Spangler so much is the drag links. Looking through my diamond painting log, I did find one thing that I thought was really interesting, and this was my first finish that had the new DAC stickers in it. So it's a lot easier to read my notes in my diamond painting journal. It's not quite so scribbled. I can read all of the amount of drills and the size and all of that. But I did miss having the really large sticker, I'm not going to lie. I don't mind having a smaller sticker, but this being a square canvas, I really saw the difference in the size of the stickers. I kitted this one up on November 2nd, but I didn't actually finish it until December 29th. I really wanted to get another canvas done by the end of the year, so I powered through at the end. I'm really happy with it. I love it. I love the colors, and I'm really happy with the rendering. I think it's just brilliant. There were some small changes I made. I changed a little bit of the pattern on the presents because I thought the diamonds needed to go all the way through. I don't think they went through on everything. And there were a couple things in the blanket that I just continued some of the patterns. But overall, it just really came to life very quickly. And I really cannot stress how much I love the quilt. It actually looks puffy. Like the quilt is quilted in real life, which is so cool. And I also think it's kind of relatable that Dregling has cookies in bed. Like, who hasn't wanted to just curl up with some cookies in bed? It was a good canvas to end on because 2024 was kind of crazy. And it just was nice to end on a really happy, positive note and to kind of step into 2025 on a positive note. In regard to work in progress canvases, as of December 31st, I have the following canvases still marked as incomplete. I have the Chrono Trigger custom, which we talked about earlier, and we saw. I have my Pick It Up When I Feel Like It canvas, which is So Many Books, So Little Time by Randall Spangler. And this one is kind of my go back to it whenever I feel like it, and when I don't have any other active works in progress, or I need any kind of like breather room kind of canvas. It's pretty big, so I pull it out when I feel like it. Number 3 is Magic Arcades by Miss Holly. This was my second canvas that I started for Drills and Chills, and I wasn't able to get around to finishing it just because of surgery and work and life. It's a whip that I'm really looking forward to finishing, and I love the colors on it. I would say it's probably 40 to 50% done, but I haven't pulled it out in a little while, so I'm not 100% sure. It's so cute though. It's so cute. And it's all the different familiars make it really easy to kind of have checkpoints if you want to do a certain amount a day. Number 4 and number 5 are not diamond painting, but they're kind of diamond painting adjacent, so I'm including them. I have my Pixels Purple Angel project, which I would say on December 31st was about 25% done, but as of this video is probably 45% done. And I have my Portal Granny Square blanket, which I am so close to finishing after many, 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 many years, probably close to like a decade. You can just hear it in my voice. I'm really excited to get it done. But lots of whips. I do have a board that has my list of to-dos. It has my events on it. It has everything that I want to do for the year on it and just how far along, including like a list of videos I want to work on, what's hibernating. So I think it's doable. I really do. And if it's not, that's okay. But my goals for 2025 are these. 1, I want to get at least 12 canvases done. Done. More would be better, but at least 12. So that's like once a month. And it can be any size canvas, any project. 2, I want to place at least 300,000 drills this year. My original notes in my diamond painting journal say 300,000 plus drills on finished canvases. We'll see about that. 300,000 drills. 3, I want to participate in a number of pre-selected events. Very specific this year about that. I really wanted to participate in everything last year, and it ended up getting very overwhelming for me, and that was on me. So this year I've already selected the events that I'm going to do. They're in my calendar, and I've chosen 3 that are seasonal, and I have 1 that's kind of up in the air still, and then I have 1 that's a year-long event. So I'm not doing any more. I might do less, but I'm definitely not taking on any more. If I want to do them unofficially or just for fun, cool, but nothing officially that I'm signing up for. Number 4, and this is my last goal, which I think is crazy, and I even thought it was crazy when I put it down, but it won't happen if I don't put it down, right? I want to start one of my giant canvases. And what I mean by giant canvases is a canvas that is more than 150,000 drills. Currently, the ones in my collection that qualify for that are Dragon Brigade, Magic Potion, and Snow Castle. I also have some to-do canvases on my list this year that come really close to that. Like I Will Tear Your Soul Apart. That one's at 141,000. But if I could start one of these giant canvases, I think it would be fun to bring that momentum forward and work on it a little bit every week or something like that. It's just one of those projects that I've always wanted to work on. And I think when I started diamond painting, I didn't think how gravitated I would be to these giant canvases. So 150,000 drills or bigger. Another thing that I want to work on this year, but I didn't write down as an official goal, is that I want to try some new companies' canvases this year. And I think it'd be fun to branch out and kind of see what companies are doing, because a lot of companies are doing really great things. And I really do believe in supporting small businesses. So more on that as we keep rolling through 2025. But if you have some good shops that you would like to mention or support or nominate, so to say, I would love to know some of the businesses that you like for canvases in particular, because I'd like to try them out. In the meantime, standard operating procedure. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Happy belated New Year. And if you set any goals or intentions for the year, I hope you're going strong. Stay safe out there with all the craziness that's going on with fires and all of that. Big love. Talk to you soon, and take care. Bye.